To you live trying this new feature over here on YouTube. Uh, it's I guess from your phone doing a YouTube live streaming session from your cell phone. I thought I'd try it out and see how this worked and sort of see where we can go from here and see if I can utilize this to reach more creatives out there. Hanging out with you today again. My name is Paul Angeli. I am a live action storyboard artist and having fun with this live stream right now and just checking out to make sure everything is working good over here on my end. Pretty cool stuff. Anywho, appreciate you joining in. If you're jumping in on the live stream, welcome. And I am a storyboard artist, and I created this YouTube channel to share my journey and processes with you. So if you're somebody that is interested in storyboarding and looking to get into the craft of storyboarding, or if you're somebody that is a storyboard artist already and you want to level up your work and or enhance your craft, or somebody that just likes to watch artists at work and see what a storyboard artist does, this is the YouTube channel for you. So consider subscribing. I'd sincerely appreciate your support of the channel. Just real quick, I was working on Instagram a little bit. I thought I'd try this out real quick as well. This is just a quick how I study and how I thumbnail in terms of putting a project together and having some fun with it. You know, what I sort of do, I'm just using copy paper, simple tools. I tend to use pen because when I'm using pens, there's no cheats in it. You pretty much have to lay down the line of what you're currently doing. I tend to use a simple, just a gray marker. This is a Copic gray pen. I'll do something like this where I'll lay down the actual shot of what I'm doing. I have a basic, bounding box or my picture frame that I'm working in, and from there I will go ahead and start storyboarding from there. And I'll just lay out. I usually do a 3-up on my 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper and just sort of lay down those particular the sequence that I'm working on. Sometimes I'll work smaller, sometimes I'll work big. If I'm feeling good about it, I'll work bigger like this. Sometimes I'll work smaller, so there'll be a lot of different picture frames that I'll be working with and having fun with it. If you're joining the live stream, this is the first time I'm ever doing it this way through my cell phone, doing a YouTube live session here. Drop your name in the chat. Let me know who's hanging out. Love to say hello, and as I'm going along here, just showing you what I'm working on right now. So again, this morning, so every day I sort of take time to draw and practice and hone in my skills. So I do that just every day. I do work like this, and this is how I work too. And the reason I work like this is I want to be able to sit down with a director, or I want to sit down with a client and just be able to rattle off those ideas of what they see in their head. That's what I'm why I always practice like this, because it's easy to get away, doing digital work and having fun with that. I love working digital. There's so many other tools and things to work with, but sometimes, you sit there and look at some of your best films, or whether it be animated films, live action films, cartoons. It all started on a napkin of a bunch of creatives hanging out around a table over some food and just chilling out, drawing those sequences and just over being able to draw napkins, for goodness sakes. And so I always say, be able to draw with your simple tools. There's so much to go with storyboarding. And with this shot here, I sort of have a shot of this particular female warrior here. I sort of already had created that already, and then sort of have the next shot over here. I have some robot sort of guards coming over to fight her, and sort of the focus, I sort of have her in silhouette, so she's shadowed out a little bit so we can sort of see them coming into the shot, ganging up. There's a lot of characters. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different characters all converging on that particular character. If you look at it and you're thinking of the rule of thirds, she is right in the line of sight of that rule of thirds, of that vertical bar that would be there. To have fun with that. I see Tharlinda, cool. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate you dropping in on the chat. And introduce yourself if this is new, a new channel to you. Hopefully, what I do every week is I have 3 different live streams I do every single week, and that's on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. On Tuesdays, I host a show called Mastering the Basics. So if you're a storyboard artist, wanting to get in and learn how to or tutorials, those Tuesday sessions of the Mastering the Basics series is absolutely fantastic. We were using last Tuesday we went over cinematic and using filmmaking techniques to have your storyboards, and when you draw your storyboards, to have them become more cinematic. So check out that live stream. You can watch the replay on the channel. There's also a playlist for the live stream as well on the Mastering the Basics series. Either watch them all at your leisure or go ahead and watch them one at a time, a la carte, so to help to give you some greater knowledge. On top of that, on Thursdays, like tonight at 11:45 p.m. on the East Coast or 8:45 p.m. on Pacific Standard Time, I host Sketching After Hours. I think it's so important to work on your sketchbook. Today I'm sort of formulating what we're going to be talking about tonight, and I will host and post that show. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on some of these live shows. And then on Saturdays, I have our Saturday storyboard jam sessions, in which I sort of work digitally, and we sort of storyboard from there, having fun with it. So cool stuff overall. Have some fun. I'm going to work on this little sequence right now of what I'm working on and having fun with this. It's pretty cool. I just sort of work like this as I'm storyboarding and just putting together those shots and that thinking process. I'm thinking of tones. I'm thinking about what's going on in the sequence in terms of what I'm doing. What do I want to pop out? What do I not want to pop out? I just sort of have the camera coming into this shot a little bit. Storyboard is a fun process. I enjoy doing it. Like I said, this is my sort of thinking process as I'm thinking through a sequence. And how am I going to pull that one off? I stay sort of sketchy in terms of the work I'm doing. And how I'm doing it. This is the first time I've been live streaming off my phone here on YouTube. So just playing around with this, seeing how this works. How do I enjoy this sort of process compared to how I usually work? A little bit different. Might do more of these. It's just sort of fun. I'm just sort of having fun here, knocking this out. Get thicker pens to create this. Hope everybody's having a good time. If you're able to join the live stream, that's cool. If you weren't and you're catching this on the live stream, appreciate you hanging out. I don't use a measurement. I just try to, when I'm doing the drawing there, PD do, I just sort of, draw a rough of a 16:9 space as I'm drawing that shot. I'm not using anything. I'll be set up in Photoshop when I go to bring that into Photoshop, and then I'll go ahead and do a 16:9 type scenario in terms of what I'm doing. But when I'm just drawing and sketching, I'm just sketching for sketching. There's some robot creatures here. So I'm not using anything in specific for you. And I tend to use basic tools. When I'm using basic tools, it keeps everything simplified. It's doable. Maybe I'll draw some other characters in here. Yeah, I hope that helps out. Yeah, so when I'm drawing, I'm not using anything specific. I sort of have this character raising her hand. I get some sort of magic or something that's coming off of her. We want to show this as that female character, so I'm just going to add there. As I'm drawing this sort of sequence. So like I said, there's no real, I'm just sort of getting those things in. What I'll do sometimes is I'll just get a screenshot. I'll take a quick little screenshot and then pull this imagery into Photoshop, and then I'll go and make any corrections of whatever my storytelling is. And as a storyboard artist, I want to tell visual stories. You know, I don't want to write down, you know, blah, 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 this is what this shot is about, or blah, 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 is what this shot is about. I want to sort of tell with my motion and my actions, you know, and the way I'm doing my cinematography in terms of the storyboard, in terms of the final. This is a little bit more extensive than I would do in terms of just thumbnailing and roughing out. If I'm going to do a quick little thumbnail or something like that, I would just go grab my, you can sort of see how I just sort of drew some lines out. And so if I have my shots and stuff, I would just be able to get in there. And I'm just thinking of those shots, and I'll just sort of knock them out like this. So if I have that one character's eyes, you know, I'll do something like this to knock out those shots. In terms of how I'm thinking and putting that stuff together. So maybe she moves forward or something like that. Maybe she draws some sort of sword. And I'm just sort of thinking out loud. As she's coming through. So I'll sort of do thinking like this, in terms of how that shot would work out. And that sort of gives you an idea of my thinking. So when I come back and I have the shot all sort of put together, you can sort of see how the thinking process is as I'm sketching. So I do practices like this usually when I have some free time. And just to put in some honing in my practice time. And I think it's always good to practice. This isn't for a particular project, just something personal project that I sort of work on and have some fun with. And I think this is a cool little technique, to work on. And as I'm creating those boards for what I'm doing here, it just sort of gives you an idea of how I'm working. You can sort of see it all sort of come together in terms of the drawing itself. You can have fun with it. Whoop, I lost my marker on that one. I like working with Sharpies. They're just quick. I just have to open up a window. In terms of what I'm doing. You can sort of see the piece all sort of come together. Get her a little bit more angry looking. So like I said before, this is the first time I've been doing this Instagram live on my cell phone. I usually have my OBS working that way. In terms of how I'm working. Keeping it simple here. I'm doing, get my gray marker in there too. So you can sort of see how I'm working. This is just my sort of basic thinking. Of how to do. So let me see here. So you can sort of get a basic idea of how to put your thumbnails together and sort of have some fun with it and have some practice. Again, my name is Paul Angeli. I'm a live action storyboard artist. And I really appreciate you taking the time to subscribe to the channel. I got over 61 different videos for you to peruse through. Either watch them all at your leisure or watch the ones that will help give you the most value. Appreciate you dropping in today. This was just sort of a test try over here on YouTube Live and to see how this would work. And cool, looks like it was successful. I'm glad some folks were able to jump on and join me. This was sort of unannounced and just sort of have fun with it. But again, if you got some great value out of this, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.